SBA Publications.
Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope that you are doing very well at your homes. Today, I am here with our 12th chapter of literature. And the name of the chapter is Carrie's First Trip to India. So, let us begin with the reading of the chapter. Carrie was visiting her aunt in India. This was her first trip to her native place. Aunt Srini was a curator in the National Museum. She lived in New Delhi. So, this chapter is about a little girl whose name is Carrie, who is Indian but she never visited India. And she has come to India to visit for the first time at her aunt's house. And her aunt is a curator at National Museum in New Delhi. Her aunt was leaving for her work, so she asked Kerry to accompany her to the National Museum. I love I love visiting museums. The museums and the art galleries tell about the past history of our country, Kerry said to her aunt. She told her aunt that how she loves visiting museums and how museums and art galleries tell us about the country's history. As they walked to the car, Aunt Trini asked in a strict voice, "So, are you aware of the rules and regulations that are followed in a museum?" So, while they were leaving for the museum, her aunt strictly asked her that, "Do you know the rules and regulations of the museum?" "Yes, Aunt Trini, I know the rules. No touching, no eating, no drinking, no spitting, and no running," answered Carrie. "Good, Carrie," her aunt replied. So Kerry said, "Yes, I know the rules that no eating, no drinking, no touching, all this is not allowed in the museum." Sometimes kids behave mischievously and can be a nuisance inside the museum. "Not me, Aunt Srini," Kerry replied. "I have visited various museums and have learnt that museums are institutions which tell the story of mankind. The cultural, religious, and historical importance of man is shown through the objects, artifacts, paintings, sculptures, and jewelry displayed in the museum," Carrie said. So, here, her aunt is saying that sometimes children create so much of mischief in the museums. So, Carrie says that I am not naughty, aunt. I know the rules of the museum and I know that all the things that are shown in the museum show the history of a country. "Wow, Carrie, I am impressed," said her aunt. So she is impressed by the knowledge of Carrie. "You certainly know a lot about museums," she says. "Yes, you really know. I am glad that you are curious about Indian history." She said that I am happy that you are curious about the Indian history. "So, will you acquaint me with the history of India?" So she asked, "Will you help me in learning the history of India?" Carrie asked. "Yes, dear, I will show you the entire museum," her aunt replied with a smile on her face. So she, with a smile on her face, says that I will show you the entire museum. Her aunt continued, "I work in the jewelry gallery of the museum. I am the curator. There are 250 different items that tell us about the different designs of Indian jewelry worn by people from Harappa civilization to the fabulous jewelry worn by emperors of the Mughal period." So she tells that I work in the jewelry section of the museum, and there are 250 different items that tell us about the type of jewelry that people used to wear in the Harappan civilization and from that time to the Mughal period in India. Okay, children? The collection spans some of the most important periods in Indian history. So the collection covers most of the Indian important periods. Okay. Carrie stared at a choker necklace. "This jewelry is so beautiful, Aunt Srini." So she looks at a choker necklace that is worn nearly around the neck and she says, "This is very beautiful. Do you know that India was as the golden bird?" So she says that, "Do you know that India was known as the golden bird?" Aunt Srini asked her. "Yes, Aunt Srini," Kenny replied. "My father told me about this." India was the sole supplier of gemstones to most of the countries. She said, my father told me about this, that India was the only supplier of gemstones to most of the countries. Her aunt said, moving to the next section. Suddenly, a handsome man with grey hair come towards them. Suddenly, one handsome man comes towards them. Carrie, meet Mr. Mehra. Aunt Shrini said, he is the manager of this museum. She says, meet Mr. Mehra. He is the manager of this museum and knows everything about it. So, Mr. Mehra knows everything about the museum. Carrie smiled and stretched out her hand. So, she smiles and stretches out her hand and introduces herself. Hello, Mr. Mehra. My name is Carrie. She said, can I ask you some questions? She says, can I ask you some questions after introducing herself? Yes, Carrie, you can ask me anything about this museum. He says, you can ask me anything about the museum. Mr. Mehra replied, shaking her hand. Thank you, Mr. Mehra. So, how do you manage this huge museum? So, she is asking, how do you manage this huge museum? She asked, I read in a book that this is one of the largest museums in New Delhi. So, she has read in a book that this museum is one of the largest museums in Delhi. Yes, you're right, Mr. Mehra said. This museum is divided into various sections. So, this museum is divided into many sections, just as your aunt is the curator of the jewelry gallery. So, her aunt is the curator of jewelry gallery. Just like this, other sections also have respective curators. Other sections also have different curators, that means caretakers. What are the duties of a curator? Curiously asked Carrie. She asked, what are the duties of a curator? Mr. Mehra sat on a long bench. He spoke slowly. A curator is the keeper of a cultural heritage. So he is a keeper of a cultural heritage. A curator takes care of the objects and the materials in the museum. He or she takes care of the objects and materials in the museum. He said, and how many sections are there in this museum? Mr. Mehra, Carrie asked, how many sections are there? This museum is divided into six sections. Six sections are there in this museum. Gesturing with his hand, there is a section for Indian musical instruments. He shows that there is a section of Indian musical instruments, Indian miniature paintings, arms and armors, decorative art, evolution of Indian coins, and scripts, and the jewelry gallery. So, these are the different sections of this museum. We also have a rare book section. There is a rare book section also. The museum keeps on setting new galleries and renovating the old galleries according to the requirements. So museum keeps on changing the galleries according to the requirements. Mr. Mehra stood up. Kerry, he said, the gallery has around 2300 stone and bronze sculptures. So there are 2300 bronze and stone sculptures are there, studded with precious stones. And they are studded with precious stones. He pointed to the next section. It also has 3020 artifacts such as axes, chisels, tablets, toys, knives, weapons, weights, pottery, jewelry, musical instruments. So the museum has 3020 of these things. Okay. It displays a rich heritage of Indian miniature painting on palm leaves. So he is showing her different sections and telling what one section holds. Cloth, wood, leather, covers on wood and cardboard. So there are miniature paintings on these materials. It has 32 large sized gold and bronze coins. So there are 32 large sized gold and bronze coins of that period that narrate the wonderful story of development of our currency. So they are from that period from where the currency was developing. The museum has a large collection of both classical and folk musical instruments too. So the museum also had classical and folk instruments also. Carrie laughed. Wow, Mr. Mehra, this is so amazing, she said. As they walked, Carrie said, Mr. Mehra, I read a book once about exhibits that come to life at night. Is this true? So she says, one time I read a book in which the things that are kept in a museum, they come to life at night. So Mr. Mehra laughs at this. No, dear, that is just fiction novel, she says. I'd love to think it was true. So Carrie says, I would love it if it was true. Thank you, sir. I have learned so many things about the past culture of India just by looking at the paintings, jewelry, pottery, and instruments. She says, "Thank you, Mr. Mehra. By looking at these things, I have learnt a lot about our history. I can't wait to tell mom and dad everything. I'm going to explain the importance of museums to my class teachers and my friends too." So she is now excited to tell her parents and her friends and teachers about the importance of a museum. "I can't wait to go back," Carrie said with a smile on her face. "You are most welcome, Carrie," Mr. Mehra replied. "You are a curious and a wonderful child." So he says, "You're welcome, Carrie. You are a very good child. You are a very wonderful child." Just then, Aunt Srini returned, and then Aunt Srini comes back. "Thank you for helping Kerry, Mr. Mehra," she said. So she thanks Mr. Mehra and he says, "You're welcome. It was a nice experience." He also had a nice experience. "Kerry is an observant and polite child." He says, "Kerry is an observant and a polite child. She learned many new things today. She has learned so many things today." Mr. Mehra waved goodbye to Kerry. He said goodbye to Kerry. "Bye, Mehra, sir," she said. As they walked towards the exit, Carrie said, "I have learned so many new things. Thank you so much. Let's go home now, and in the car, I'll tell you about everything that I learned," she said happily. So Carrie got to learn so many things, and she was so excited that she said that let us go home, and on the way, I will tell you everything that I have learned. So this was the importance of museum that Carrie realized after visiting a museum in India. Now let us move towards the vocabulary. Curator. Curator is basically a keeper of the museum who takes care of the stuff. Mischievously means causing trouble in a playful manner. That you are causing trouble in a playful manner. Nuisance is a person who causes trouble, a person who is causing trouble. Artifacts means objects made by human beings, such as a tool or a work of art, especially for cultural historical interest. So, something that is made by a human being for cultural and historical interest. Acquaint. Acquaint means to make someone aware about something. Choker is a necklace that fits closely around the neck. Okay. Observant is a person who notices and listens to what is going on around them. A person who takes note of everything that is going on around them. Okay, children. Now you have some exercise part given as we have done with the chapter. You have to do this now on the basis of the story that you heard. And I hope that you must have enjoyed it. And you will be doing this exercise part on your own very well. So, I'll be coming back soon with another interesting story for you children. So, till then, keep on learning and take care of yourselves. Bye bye.